there's been a very large amount of effort put into monitoring populations of kangaroos. In Australia, the different states, individual states, have the responsibility for managing wildlife, but there is an overall federal interest and federal control, mainly because most of the kangaroo products that's harvested is exported, and export of wildlife products is controlled by the federal government, not one of the state governments. But nevertheless, the states conduct aerial surveys, and this has been going on now since, well, for 30 years really, since about the mid-1970s. And I think it's probably true to say that it's the best studied populations of large mammals anywhere in the world in terms of consistent surveys by standardised procedures over the same areas. And so we've got a very good handle indeed on the numbers of kangaroos there are.
Kangaroos are right now in some parts of Australia are super abundant. Since European settlement, dams have been put in, small dams for livestock, deep wells have been put in. We've created ideal conditions that kangaroos are no longer constrained by lack of drinking water, and secondarily, and just as importantly, they're no longer constrained by predation.
I think everybody's pretty much in agreement that at the time of European arrival, there weren't as many kangaroos as we have today, because a lot of the things that that Europeans have done for farming, sheep and cattle, have also benefited kangaroo numbers. And what's been done to help sheep and cattle, of course, has been to put in extra watering points, to also clear a lot of land, so we have more grasslands now. And very significantly also, they've controlled the dingoes, building huge, enormous long fences, put out baits for dingoes, which are wild dogs, inside those fences, so that most of Australia's sheep rangelands now has very low numbers of dingoes, if any at all, as a result of these baiting and control programs. And of course the dingoes were the natural predators of kangaroos. The number of kangaroos that are allowed to be shot each year is determined by the results from the previous year's aerial surveys. So there's a certain predictability in that if 10 or 12 or 14% quota is set, that number is announced before the end of one year, and that's the number of kangaroos that can be taken the following year. But in actual fact, the quotas are rarely taken,